rectangle, but you've seen one. So what do we think? Nope, you're not writing anything down, you're just talking to me. What do we think are the attributes or rules to make a rectangle? What do I have to have? I hope you know what a rectangle is. Y'all making me nervous. What do I have to be a rectangle? Lindley?
Too long and short side?
Nope, I do not have to have too long and too short sides. I do not. That's not even an attribute we talked about yesterday. Think about what we talked about yesterday. Santiago?
Oh. You have to have... Oh. So funny.
I do have to have I do have to have square corners. Do you know how many square corners I have to have, Santiago?
4.
I have to have 4 of them. What else do I have to have? Paper?
It can't, if it goes on forever, it can't touch. It has to stay the same color.
What do we call that? Parallel lines. How many sets of parallel lines are on a rectangle?
4.
Sets.
Oh. 2.
2 sets, right? Top, bottom, side, and side. So there are 2 sets of parallel lines. What else can you tell me? Aiden? So it is a quadrilateral. Anything else? Gabrielle?
It has to be never mind.
Okay. Anything else you can think of? That should have been done this morning. What does a rectangle look like? Aiden, come draw one. Watch your arm though when we put the pen on the board. Is that a rectangle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Vienna, come draw a different looking rectangle. Imagine those are straight. Is that a rectangle?
Yeah.
Aiden, come draw. Aiden Washington, draw a different rectangle. Oh, weird. Does that shape have square corners?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Yeah. It does.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's your hint. That rectangle is sideways. Why don't you turn your head sideways? Does that look better when you make your head sideways too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Interesting. That's interesting. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I want you to tell me, how are these 2 shapes similar? What does that word similar mean? Before we even get started, we need to know what that word similar means. I want to know how things are similar. So what is that, Sabrina?
Similar means like when something looks kind of exactly like something else.
Yeah, we're talking about how are they the same, right?
Related.
They're related. Very good. Related, same. We have talked about this. I'm glad someone listened. Good. All right, raise your hand. What is something they have in common? Something that they are similar. How are they similar? Ava, what's one thing that is similar about these 2 shapes?
They both have 4 sides.
They both have 4 sides. Alright, so they both have 4, relatively. They should be straight. I drew them, so it gets a little funky. They both have 4 straight sides. Awesome. All right. What else do these two shapes have in common? Piper?
They're rectangles.
They are not rectangles. They are not both rectangles. Nope.
They're parallel.
Do they have parallel?
They have two sets of parallel sides.
Show me with your arms the parallel sides for this shape. Show me with your arms. So I have top and bottom are parallel. Show me the other set of parallel sides. I've already done top and bottom. Show me the other side. Just like this. Up and down. Those are parallel. Show me the parallel sides over here. Show me this shape's parallel sides. So I have my sideways ones are parallel. What else? That is not sideways, that's just top and bottom. So they both have two sets of parallel sides or lines. Any other things they have in common? Jackson?
They both have a set of two long lines instead of two short ones.
Okay, fair enough. Their lines are different lengths. Does that work? Sure. Sabrina? They both have four corners. Do they both have four square corners?
No.
No. Which one has square corners? The left or the right? Which one has square corners? Lindley? The left has square corners. Does the right have any square corners?
No.
No. But they do both have corners. Just one has special corners and the other one doesn't. Gabriella, anything else?
They're both quadrilateral.
They are both quadrilaterals. Because of those four straight sides, we can call them quadrilaterals. Hey, I'm running out of space. Okay. We're going to be focusing on these two shapes today. Well, it's maybe another shape. I need you to turn to the next blank page in your notebook. And I need you to write this down. Each shape that we're going to be focusing on, and really each shape in general, just on your notebook paper. Each shape has rules. They have to have. That's what we've been listing. Rules. You told me what are the rules of a rectangle. It has to have four straight sides. That's a rule. Each shape has rules that they have to follow in order to be categorized as that shape. So if I have a shape like this, will that ever go in the rectangle category?
No.
No, because it's not following the rules of the rectangles. It does not have four sides. So that shape cannot be a rectangle. It's not following the rules.
It can be
These rules are called attributes. Hey, that word sounds familiar. That's what you've been listing. These are rules. Ada, what is your question? Sure. Right, you need to get this written down in your notebook because that's what we just did. What are the rules of a parallelogram? Give me one, Madeline.
that has four sides.
AKA, very good. It has to have four sides and four corners, also known as a quadrilateral. Very good. What is another rule of a parallelogram? Haley?
It has to have straight sides and no holes.
AKA,
A polygon.
has to have straight sides with no holes. AKA, it has to be a polygon. What else does a parallelogram have to have? Lily?
Two sets of parallelograms.
Two sets of follow the rules for a rectangle. Find your rectangle flappy. Because guess what? A lot of these are going to overlap. Does a rectangle have to be a quadrilateral?
No.
Yes.
Yes. So your first rule under rectangle, you need to write quadrilateral. It has to have 4 sides and 4 corners. Santiago, this is the part where we're writing. No, we're not writing under parallelogram. What are we writing under? Rectangles. Is that where you are? Is that the flappy you're under? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Does a rectangle have to have straight sides and no holes?
Yes.
Yes.
So is a rectangle also a polygon?
Yes.
Yes. Definitely a rule. You should be writing our rules underneath the rectangle flappy. You got these down? Do rectangles have to have parallel sides?
Yes.
How many? Naviana, how many?
At least one set.
Nope. Sabrina?
2.
They have to have 2. Rectangles have to have 2 sets of parallel sides. They have to. There's one more special rule of a rectangle. Think about our attribute questions that we learned about yesterday. What do we think is the special last rule for a rectangle? What do you think it is, Colin?
Okay, you have to have 4 square corners.
That is it. It has to have 4 square corners. Those are the rules of a rectangle. Now, if we look over our parallelogram examples, we drew rectangles. So, we can call it a parallelogram even if it has square corners, because that's not a rule. The only rule of a parallelogram is that it has some corners. We have some corners. But if I want to give it a more specific name, its better name is rectangle, because it describes that a little bit better. I could describe it as a polygon, just like I could describe you as a person. I could describe it as a quadrilateral, that's a little more specific. I could describe you as a Dixon student. I can describe it as a parallelogram, just like I can get a little more specific and say, you are a 3rd grader. But the best name for this shape, call it all those names, would be rectangle. Just like the best name for you is Caleb. Are all those other names wrong? Person, Dixon, student, 3rd grader? No. But the best name for Caleb is Caleb. Just like the best name for this shape is rectangle. Aiden.
Did rectangle get its name because it had 4 angles?
No. On the front of rectangle, let's draw some examples. We can do a tall, skinny rectangle. That'll work, because that shape is a quadrilateral, also a polygon, also 2 sets of parallel sides, and 4 square corners.
My mommy says that a square,
Okay, Elaine, Ava, stop.
a square is basically a rectangle because it's 2 squares, 1.
No, a square is a rectangle, period. Not basically, not kinda. A square is a rectangle. Why? Is it a quadrilateral?
Yes. Yes.
Polygon?
Yes.
2 sets of
Yes.
parallel lines?
Yes.
4 square corners?
Yes.
It's a bonus that it has nice even sides, like a square does. But I can call that shape a rectangle. I can.
So square.
I might have a wide rectangle like that.
Okay.
All of those are rectangles. Make sure you have a square drawn on your rectangle, Flappy, because a square is a rectangle. I can call that a rectangle. Nah, Aiden.
Put a square, Flappy, or are we gonna put a square and a rectangle?
No. Okay. So we have done 3 shapes today. We did a trapezoid, we did a parallelogram, and we have done a rectangle. Once you have these notes down and you have examples drawn, you may put away your math notebook.